And now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Friendcast. I am Oliver.
And I'm Reagan.
And I'm Zach.
And one of the side effects of going through the COVID-19 coronavirus debacle is we've seen sort of the fall of movie theaters. They're certainly still open. You can still go to some. In fact, my family has recently started booking movie theaters for just a small group of people. A lot of people have found themselves nostalgic for these picture houses, and they want to enjoy cinema at the cinema.
But not me. Personally, over the years, I've had some horrid, with a capital O, movie theater experiences.
Same. I would say my opinion on movie theaters is rather mixed. It really depends on both the movie and the audience. Sometimes you get a good movie and you have a good audience. And, you know, on some movies I feel like a rowdy audience is kind of deserved. If you're watching something like, I don't know, Rocky Horror Picture Show, or maybe even a Marvel movie with a crowd of cheering fans, it might not be so bad. So in this podcast episode, we're going to be running through each member of the Friendcast's favorite and least favorite movie-going experiences. So Zach, why don't you start us off and tell us about your best and worst movie theater experience?
Okay, well, I think I'm going to start off with my worst, because it's truly, truly interesting. So, there's a certain place, it used to be an Alamo Draft House, it's by pinballs, now it's called Southwest Theater, pretty sure. Anyway, so I think this was around 2015 or 2016, me and my family went there, you know, like any family would, just to go see a movie. I don't remember exactly what movie it was. The events that transpired there were definitely more important. Anyway, we were dumb enough not to try to smuggle in candy and popcorn into there, so we decided to buy popcorn from the stand, and we got like the basic butter popcorn, you know, and unbeknownst to us, they were sprinkling pure deadly poison onto that popcorn. You see, not even 10 minutes into the movie, me and my sister started to notice something. My dad noticed it too. There was something weird about like this feeling on our lips and our tongue. We looked, and my dad shone a light on my sister, one of my sisters, my older one, and she had it the worst. Like her lips and tongue were swelling up because apparently she was allergic to the popcorn powder. It was pretty crazy.
Is that it?
That's it.
What movie did you see?
I don't really remember.
And any good ones that stick out in your head?
This might get reused, but the Sonic movie was pretty good.
I was gonna say that was a bad one.
I mean, the movie was pretty bad, but like,
I thought the audience sucked too. There was a guy when Sonic gets his shoes.
Yeah,
and he
we-
goes, yeah.
And when Tails showed up at like the mid-credit scene, which
Everybody
mind
just
you was
lost their
spoiled by like
minds.
the credits,
Yeah.
everyone just lost it.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe the sight of that.
Personally, I
orange
thought that
fox.
the theater going experience was pretty bad. I
But-
mean, it wasn't the worst I've had, but it was just,
It was funny at least.
I guess. We ate Torchy's tacos afterwards. It was
True.
also Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a weird transpiring. of
it was
events.
definitely a boys' night out.
Yeah. Oh, and also our friend Evan went to a showing of
This is a classic.
went to a showing of the Sonic movie, and for some reason it was in 4D. I just felt really bad for him.
I wonder if it's like with the 4D stuff where they spray scents
Yeah.
and water.
Oh,
I wonder if it's
God.
smelled like sweat in there because Sonic is so sweaty because he runs so fast.
Yeah.
Sonic's chili dog breath.
Yum.
That might just be the moviegoers though.
It smells like cold metal. Or no, it smells like Olive Garden in some scenes, and like cheap beer when he's at the bar.
Yeah.
When Sonic gets hurt and all those rings fly, it smells like metal.
Yeah.
Metal and blood.
They actually throw like coins at your face.
Yeah.
So Reagan, what do you consider your worst and best movie-going experience?
I'm gonna start with best because it's significantly less interesting. I wouldn't say. Well, I feel like right now we're in a bad movie theater experience because all these people talking, such as a dog in the back.
Yeah.
So I don't have any like incredible movie experiences. So Force Awakens was like, it's owned by Disney, and it came out after bad Star Wars movies, the prequels. Mm-hmm. On the complete opposite, we've got a Disney movie that was bad, that came after a good movie. It was the second Wreck-It Ralph film,
Oh.
and unlike Force Awakens, the movie experience, the movie-going experience was horrible. it was me and let's see, like 6 other people in the theater, and one of them being my mom. The other was like a kid who was like maybe like a year younger, and his dad, who was always on his phone texting. The only time he piped up was when they show Fortnite in the movie, and the dad was like, "That's like you, Fortnite." And
That's great.
The striking similarities.
so that was my side. But next to my mom, we had a mother and her 2 children that were quoting the scenes that were in the movie trailers verbatim.
No.
What about you, Oliver? What was your worst and also best movie-going experience?
I have a few for each. The dog agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them was we were seeing an animated movie. I think it was Minions.
That I.
Can that even be called a movie, or is it just torture?
You can only imagine how that went. Basically, it was a bunch of small children, and one girl, but like every time something quote unquote funny would happen, she would stomp her feet and go. It was horrifying. The audio really peaked there.
It was like a rectangle.
Sorry, everyone. It seems like the stars aligned and we ourselves are having a loud experience, seeing as... what is that?
AC unit.
AC unit started blaring while we were recording. I expected to hear that at one of these movie theater experiences.
Mm-hmm.
It was so loud.
Yeah.
But continue, Oliver. I'm pretty sure that's where we left off.
Yeah, well, I'll start off with... I guess I'll start off with best, like Reagan did, because they're not as interesting, not as funny, but there have been a handful of times I've really enjoyed my going to the movie theater. On New Year's Eve of 2019, me and my family watched Parasite, and this was kind of before everyone had heard of it, because it won the Oscar in, February? Oscar decided to award it that night, and we knew nothing about it, like literally we knew nothing, besides the fact that it was a Korean movie, and that it was supposed to be good. And so it was just a complete surprise, and I think that's always good when you go into a movie with no, preconceptions about what it's going to be about, and we were, of course, greatly surprised, and it's kind of become one of my all-time favorite movies.
But then kind of going back to the bad stuff we have.
Let's see, another time we were watching The Last Jedi on Christmas Eve, whenever that came out, and, I like the movie. I know that's a somewhat controversial statement.
And each time we say something positive about the sequels, say something negative about the prequels, that each time our video becomes not more popular, but more likely to be found by Anomaly Inc. and his goons. We want him to read our ranking.
Oh boy.
Our incredibly unsuccessful ranking.
What do you mean unsuccessful?
It had like 6 views. That's pretty successful.
It was going fine, and then the scene where the Star Destroyer gets split in half and everything goes silent, I thought that was kind of a cool moment. There was some guy in the audience, and he was like, wait, what's wrong with the sound? What's going on here? And his dude was so confused that the sound dropped out for what I thought was kind of a cool artistic moment. And this guy was just totally confused. I'm also pretty sure there was a dude also in the movie theater explaining the movie to his girlfriend, because I guess she hadn't seen the Force Awakens, and so he was basically...
It's good to start Star Wars on the 8th out of 9 episodes.
I mean, if you watch the last movie, literally nothing would make sense, and there would be no redeeming qualities because all the fan stuff.
Oh yeah,
it wouldn't
it's
matter
all
to you.
It's all just
Inexplicably, any conversation we have always circles back to Star Wars. Well, I watched Man of Steel at a movie theater at a museum, which, let me tell you, Man of Steel, no art piece, if you catch my drift. And I was there with 2 people I used to be friends with. They moved, but their grandmother was there. I just felt so bad for her. She got like a migraine because the movie was so loud and cacophonous. And
just imagining an old woman
oh.
over footage of Essentially, just like an hour of Superman and Zod slamming into each other.
I couldn't even handle that. I can't imagine how somebody like
It
who's
would break
83
anybody's
would-
mental capacity down,
Yeah.
like, atom by atom.
I mean, yeah, safe to say none of us became Snyder fanboys after that. I don't know. Maybe those two guys I went there with might now be.
They're huge
He's-
Superman heads.
Yeah, they may be.
They're just they're people who are review bombing movies.
And then other times we'll be watching kind of a smaller movie at sort of a theater with like, you know, smaller screens and stuff. And you'll get like old people who are there for the senior discount. And whenever they leave the theater, they always have to make it the most cantankerous experience possible. They gotta let the world know that they did not like this movie and they intend on leaving. And they do it in the loudest way possible. They get up from their chairs and they're like, ugh! You know, they stretch a little bit. You hear their bones cracking. They gotta grab their walkers, and they're like, "Where were we parked again?"
It's happened during Man of Steel, I think.
Yo, yeah.
Their bones weren't made of steel, I can tell you.
Yeah,
that.
and then they gotta pass you, so you gotta like, you know, get out of your seat, and then they pass you up, and they walk out of the theater, and they forget something, and they walk back in the theater, and in total, you've lost about 45 minutes of movie watching time because of these of Gertrude and Jean leaving the theater. So yeah, I mean that's not really a specific thing that happened to me in the movie. Although when we watched Parasite, the theater was entirely inhabited with elderlies.
All right, what about maybe not movies, but before a movie and all the trailers are coming on, people just like not gonna watch that. They need to audibly decide. No,
Yeah,
not gonna watch that.
People will be like, "That looks funny."
Specifically, my mom deciding not to watch the Alita Battle Angel movie. That's the one that comes to mind. Well,
Yup. Total silence. This has never happened to me. Have any of you ever experienced somebody like trying to riff on the movie, like the
Yes.
Mystery Science Theater?
Yes, actually.
That is so annoying. I hate that. I'm trying to be like CinemaSins or something, and they're like, I don't think that would really happen in real life. It's usually like younger people, usually dudes, and they're like trying to impress their girlfriends or something, trying to get everybody to laugh at them.
Ding, I don't think cats can talk, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
When we used to watch movies in school, I did this a lot.
yeah, we
make
riffed on
fun of-
Tomorrowland.
Oh, well, that was funny though. I mean,
Yeah, it was deserved.
well, it's only funny when we do it. So I
Yeah.
mean, but when other people do it, it's annoying.
Yeah, we're allowed to choose like that.
We're the only ones who are allowed to riff on movies.
Yeah, maybe a few of our friends, but other than that, you know, you're annoying if you do that.
Although I will say, it was kind of hard to riff on Tomorrowland because it was coming through like the school's monitors, and it's kind of hard to riff on something when it's only 12 pixels long and 3 pixels wide.
Yeah, and also it has audio description. Thanks for listening to this latest episode of the Friendcast. Tune in next time when we'll be talking about something different, or we might remake this episode because of how disastrous the recording was. Yeah, and so let us know. Well, I don't think anybody's going to be commenting on these videos, but
You literally cannot comment on the video.
tell us if you ever see me in the hallways or on the street, and for some reason you recognize me. Tell me about the worst movie theater experience that you've ever had. Goodbye.
Make sure to take up as much of his time as possible. Like, make him stand there for an hour in the hallway.
Yeah, I'm very interested in hearing about this kind of stuff. So, yeah, Zach, stop jingling your keys loudly. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Stop it.